Hello everyone and welcome to today's roundup for the London Lifter Film Festival Week 3.
Absolutely.
It's flying by.
It is
really flying by.
Which also means New Year's Eve is just around the corner because the festival closes on the 1st of January.
So that means there's also plenty of time left to watch the films. And with the Christmas break coming up, it means you have some time.
When you're full of your turkey and the dopamine or whatever it is in turkey that makes you sleepy, there's a chemical in it.
I don't know, I thought it was the shandy.
Shandy?
Sherry. The sherry and the shandy.
The shandy.
Oh, the shandy, yeah.
Whatever's making you sleepy on Christmas Day, it's then time to just lay back and watch some good indie films.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to round up the films that have won the most votes currently in and the two biggest movers alongside that. So
Absolutely.
Let's kick off. Shall we remind you a little bit more about the prizes and what is up for grabs and what's involved in the Lifter Festival? So prizes. So there'll be 2 audience choices along with 2 jury selections that will go through to the network round. The network round is due to take place in January and thereafter we will be announcing the overall winners. From there, the winning films will screen at London Liftoff in 2021. And we will also be giving a few Season Award nominations for this year's Season Awards, which is due to take place towards the end of January. So the Audience Choice Awards. So this is, and I'm not sure maybe you've seen these already on our YouTube channel, is where we get to speak to those filmmakers that came out on top on the audience votes. We'll get them in for a director's roundtable. And they will talk about their films, muted whilst it's playing in the background. And we'll just get to find out a little bit more about their films, what went right, what they would do differently, what their next projects are, and etc. It's a really, really fun stream. So do check out the ones that we have on our YouTube channel. We've just completed the Paris Liftoff one earlier this week.
And just to remind you of what season awards are up for grabs, it is all the nominations that you can see there on the screen. There's still slots going, so we're looking forward to seeing which films from London we are taking forwards to the awards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, it's such a good event. It is a really, really great event.
It's great.
And then, yeah, that's the audience choice there, which we just mentioned.
Well, let's take a look now at the 5 programmes, all the latest stats.
Yes.
Starting with the New Voice Shorts. Shall I take this away?
You take this one, yeah.
Cool. New Voice Shorts. We've got 136 people watching. That's a huge figure from 21 countries. 982 playthroughs. So I reckon certainly maybe even by the end of the day, that will hit the 1,000 barrier.
Amazing.
That's a staggering figure, and that's as of 12 p.m. today. So, currently leading the charts, so to speak, is Still Little Boxes on 40 votes. That's huge amount of support for that film. 2 of our biggest movers, as we call it, are The Path on 20 votes and The Odd One Out on 9. So just to remind people, Little Boxes by Olivia Holreiser. Bobby learns the importance of having a younger sister who cares for him. Nice family friend short there. The Path, directed by Stephen Burke. A lone rambler has a terrifying encounter when he travels a forgotten path in a lonely wood. The Path is a short horror film exploring themes of survival and man's relationship with nature. This is a horror, sci-fi, folk horror, 10 minutes long, from the UK. And The Odd One Out, directed by Laura Rocklisser. Terry is the only one who can see colours in a society of black and white perception. Is he mad or is the society? And how can he ever explain what he is seeing to his beloved Pat? Follow the psychological journey of an odd one out, trying to understand his own as well as the society's mind. Student film, which we always love seeing. We get lots of great student works.
We do.
14 minutes. So that was our New Voice Shorts.
So then moving on to Trendsetters Shorts 1. We've had 153 viewers from 21 countries with a staggering 1,382 playthroughs.
It's a lot of film watching.
That is a lot of film watching. So thank you everyone who has supported this programme so far. And as we mentioned, there are still roughly 2 weeks left. So do engage with this content. It is fantastic. And at the top there on 44 votes is Radio Vanille. And then following that, it's Not a Game on 26 votes and Liquor or Gravy on 16 votes. So Radio Vanilla is directed by Jack Lawrence from the UK. Vanilla, a byword for boring, is anything but. When a local Madagascan journalist decides to cover vanilla-related news in the local community, he discovers a world of vanilla gangs, mob justice, and murder. So, this is a documentary and it's 12 minutes long. Not a Game is directed by Oliver Cox and Reese Henderson, also from the UK. When four friends mix business with pleasure, relationships will be tested. This is a crime comedy short film, 7 minutes long. And then finally, Liquor or Gravy. Liquor or gravy?
Both.
I'm definitely a gravy. Gravy on my pie. It's directed by Atticus Francis and Brad Miller from the UK. From the perspective of Goddard's family-run pie and mash shop, Liquor or Gravy takes an inside look at the culture and community of the pie and mash tradition. This is a documentary and a student short film, which is 5 minutes long.
My friend was telling me just the other week that she reckons the best pie and mash shop in the whole of the UK is in Sheffield.
Is in Sheffield?
It's in Sheffield. Apparently the queues from the minute it opens just go like round the pavement. Who doesn't love a good pie and mash?
I mean, it's very British. You could not get any more British than pie and mash. Maybe the side
at
of
a
fish and
football
chips.
ground.
Oh yeah, at a football ground.
Sounds good. Trendsetter Shorts 2. 74 viewers from 14 countries. 595 playthroughs. That figure's been ticking up quite a lot this week. So currently leading the way is Love War on 11 votes. A Beautiful Day and The Window both have 3. There's not a huge amount of votes on this programme yet, so there is still lots of potential shifting around.
And maybe people are taking their time and they're
Exactly.
wanting to come back and vote. But if you're having any issues with the vote system or anything like that, do just let us know and we will guide you through it.
Absolutely. So, Love War, directed by Salvatore Scaduto, a video project on violence against women entitled Love War, exploring the perennial tension between hate and love. Sometimes people confuse love with the idea of being able to do what they want with the person in front of them. A 4-minute music video. A Beautiful Day, directed by Lewis Benjamin Peck. 2 strangers at different points in life discuss their past, present and future. Cool drama there. And then The Window, directed by Dean Garris. An old man reflects on an earlier age. Doesn't give much away, so you're going to have to go and watch it to find out. Just a 4-minute short.
Okay. There's a few comments here in the chat room as well. So there's a good one in the Covered Market in Oxford. So I guess you're referring to the pies there. And absolutely. I'd love to know where the best pie shops are in the UK, actually. There was one not too far from where I was at uni, and it was called the Pie and Mash Shop of Southend, and it was always so busy. Again, liquor or gravy. Anyway, moving on to New Voices feature. We've had 75 viewers from 18 countries with 448 playthroughs. So currently leading the votes is Call for Poetic City on 28 votes, Visitor on 15 votes, and One Day with Dr. Sergio on 5 votes. Call for a Poetic City is directed by Elizabeth Falson from the UK. Ross Nye Stable is the last stable in a large city centre. They do a hard-working and unique job at the community level, and they are struggling. Call for a Poetic City is the story of the Nye family who came from Australia to England in the 60s and opened a stable opposite Hyde Park. And it's an hour-long documentary. Visitor by Ibrahim Awara, Canada, and we also interviewed Ibi, or Ibrahim as his name is, during the London Liftoff filmmaker interviews yesterday. So if you didn't manage to check that out, do go and have a look. It's on our YouTube channel, where he delved deep into this film and the inspiration behind it and everything that he overcame whilst doing the shoot. It was a co-production between Canada and UK. It was shot in UK and everything else was done in Canada.
Very
so
cool.
It was a very cool interview, and what a great filmmaker. Lots of interesting things ahead for Ibi there. So there's a need we have for stories. Stories we tell ourselves every day to keep a hold on who we are. An accidental encounter between 2 men demonstrates the depths of the need. A story is told. It starts with 3 knocks on a door. a misdelivered envelope, and an unexplained disappearance, unraveling a twisting mystery that, when passed on, retold, and re-scrutinized, blurs the lines between truth and fiction. This is a mystery, thriller, psychological drama, and it's 55 minutes long.
Nice.
Then finally, One Day with Dr. Sergio is directed by Oksana Chris from Australia. It's nice to see another film in the mix here as well. Nikita is 8. He is a world schooler from Australia. He is travelling the world full-time with his mother, Oksana, while living in the mountains of Chiapas, along indigenous people, where their bright culture, they meet a real hero, Dr. Sergio Castro, a true Mexican humanitarian. So this is a documentary and observation film, 55 minutes long.
Nice. And last but not least, our trendsetter features. 91 people currently watching this programme from 12 different countries. 639 playthroughs. Again, a huge figure for the feature films. It's a lot of watching. Still top of the votes so far is No Roses on a Sailor's Grave with 27 votes. Harag, a big shifter this week, 6 votes. And COVID-19 Blame Game is on 5. Not far behind at all.
No.
So No Roses on a Sailor's Grave, directed by Daniel Oren from Canada. When a young archaeologist makes an ambitious promise to a World War II British Navy veteran, they both had no idea where the adventure would take them. Another doc, which are all proving really popular during the London Festival, 1 hour and 23 minutes. Harag, again, a documentary from France this time, directed by Smail Beljalalia, who's actually joining us in our focus group later. So it'll be really, really cool to speak to Smail. Mohamed, a young Algerian in his 30s, tells his own story of a legal immigrant in France. He used to work in a baking ingredients factory in Algiers. He was engaged in planning his wedding. Overworked, he had to take a break. He began his descent into hell. His boss fired him, his fiancée abandoned him, he had no connections nor support to find another job in a country plagued by corruption. Without future, he had no choice but to leave. And then COVID-19 Blame Game, directed by Dakshin Branchara. Blame Game, a documentary, tracks the history of majority groups scapegoating marginalised people during pandemics past. It examines how majoritarian forces around the world currently use the fear and confusion caused by COVID-19 to blame the usual suspects in their respective societies. Very current.
Very current. Couldn't get more current.
No, there we go. So that's all our 5 programmes from the London Liftoff.
It is, and we hope that you've been enjoying the festival hub so far. We will be posting on there throughout the Christmas period, so do stay engaged on there as well. And it's just a fantastic platform. If you haven't already, you can chat to the other filmmakers within there via the almost Facebook chat-esque boxes on the side.
Very user-friendly.
Very user-friendly. And feel free to post questions and posters, trailers, which a lot of you have already done. So, yeah.
As we mentioned earlier, we've got the last of our afternoon teas today with our Trendsetter Features group. So we're looking forward to discussing and kickstarting some feedback between a select group of filmmakers on that programme.
And it's been absolutely wonderful seeing the feedback and support in these focus groups for the other filmmakers. It's really, really inspiring. So thank you to everyone who has been involved in that.
Yeah, we look forward to meeting those of you later.
We will be back for the next London Liftoff roundup and the final one on the 28th, so Monday the 28th. So do join us for that.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye.